Hello everybody and welcome back for episode 29 of the Doll Symposium. As always, I am your host, Shizusan, and my beautiful assistant today is the very lovely Haruna. So without further ado, we'll just get this video started, shall we? So Haruna is going to go off to her little corner over here while we start getting into the actual news of today. Hopefully everyone's having a good week so far. And let's see, we're going to switch over. There we go. So, as always with the Doll Symposium, we are going to start with the Dollfie Dream news for the week. So, in general, today's episode should be fairly shorter, I'm assuming. But let's get started. So, Dollfie Dream stuff. So we've been talking about this for quite some time, but the Dolls Party Hometown Dolls Party Kyoto 19 event is coming up. It's going to be this July 31st. We've already covered everything that's going to be going on. I just wanted to send you guys a quick reminder that it is going to be in about a little over a week. So if you haven't already made plans to get anything at the event, either by attending or via proxy service, it's just a reminder that I'm letting you guys know that this is still coming up. So watch prior episodes if you want to know the specific details of everything that's going to be in it. However, the after event for Hometown Dopa Kyoto 19 is still under construction. So the special site for the after event is still not ready as of the filming of this video. So we still don't have too much information on that other than a couple of things that we mentioned in last episode for episode 28 that we know is going to be in the after event, which is going to be the Miku, what is it called? The Miku colorful full stage outfit set with the different color eyes, the new Dollfie Dream sister, Megumin, and a couple other things, including like outfits and stuff like that. But just a reminder, it is coming up in a little over a week, so make sure you plan for that event if you're looking to get anything for it. Then next up, I want to talk about this. It is the Hatsune Miku Magical Mirai 10th Anniversary event. There's going to be two specific events actually regarding this, and that's going to be in Osaka at August 12th and Tokyo on September 2nd. Now, this is just an anniversary event, is my understanding. I don't think it's the actual concert. But I could be wrong because sometimes getting like the info on this can be a little like weird, especially if you have to use Google Translate. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's just a celebration of the Hatsune Miku 10th anniversary event. There's going to be special items. Now, with these anniversaries and Hatsune Miku event-ish stuff, there's always going to be like a Happy coat that's out. That's HAPPI, and it's this coat that's over here, and it's like generally like something that people wear for like matsuris, aka festivals in Japan, and every year there has always been at least one Happy coat. Sometimes there has been two released for these Magical Mirai events, and they're pretty hot selling. Like they come out a lot. So if you're interested in getting one, my only understanding is that you have to get them at the event at the booth. They have sold them online on the online stores from time to time, but it's not always guaranteed that it's at these actual events. I think I've maybe seen it like once or twice maybe from the online store. Again, I could be wrong. But I haven't really seen them that often. I was able to buy two of them last time I was in Japan, but they were like older versions of the Happy coat. But yeah, if you're looking for this, make sure you contact your proxies so that they can get it for you, or check out any kind of like international places like Mandarake or Yahoo Japan to buy them like secondhand, basically. Now, next up is a reminder that the July outfit collection, the new July outfit collection for 2022, has already been released on the Volks International website. I believe most of the items are still available there, but this particular picture is just showing you that the Volks USA event is actually going to be on July 25th. So this already released, I believe it was July 2nd on the international website. So now the USA one is going to be July 25th. Now, normally these things are lottery events. from Volks USA. They normally are, and normally they usually do write it here, like, you know, the lottery is going to be on this date or whatever. And it's quite possible that this is also a lottery, and maybe they just forgot to put the word lottery in there. But if it's not a lottery, just be prepared for a click war. Although, to be honest, it probably won't be that bad of a click war, considering that the majority, if not all, of the items are still available now just to regularly buy on the Volks International website. So maybe that's why they got rid of the word lottery, because they probably just have enough in stock this time around for people to just outright buy. But so far it's July 25th, and as far as we know, according to this picture, it doesn't seem to be a lottery, but you never know. Things could change up until just before July 25th. So we'll just have to wait and see. Now, the next thing up, which is the last thing, is the Volks News 96 magazine is out and available on the Volks USA website. Now, it has been available for quite some time now on Volks International website, and obviously in the stores if you were in Japan. But this is the free shipping campaign. Now, I mention this all the time, is that whenever Volks USA has a free shipping campaign for the Volks News, it goes out pretty fast, and this time is none the wiser. This was actually available July 12th, which was in between that time of filming Doll Symposium episodes. So it has come and gone really fast, and it's already sold out, even though it's up until July 26th. It's already gone. So I guess you're probably wondering, like, why even mention it? I guess it's for posterity's sake, that it's part of the news. It was released and it came out, but unfortunately, if your main source of information for Volks News is just my channel, I do film these episodes every other week, so sometimes things like this will happen where things sell out pretty quick. But that's pretty much everything for Volks News this week. Like I said, it's a pretty short week this week for news. Not really much going on. So next we're gonna go to our newest contender, which is newest contender, but our newest section for the Doll Symposium, and that's going to be Azone International. Now, first up, so these two lovely ladies is a new release that's going to be coming out for Azone. So the one on the left hand side of your screen with the pigtails is named, well, actually the way they're naming it is called Poe, which is POE-POE, which I'm assuming is Popo, but it just reminds me of, like, the police, like Hawaii 5-0. Hey, watch out for the Popo. But it says here Popo Iris Collect Petite Summer Vacation Memories Strawberry version. That's the one with the pigtails. And then the blonde hair one with the blue eyes, that's actually called Popo Iris Collect Summer Vacation Memories Miku version. Now, it is important to note that both of these girls, at least for right now, from what I can tell from Google Translate, is that both of these girls are actually Azone Direct only, which means you can only get them at the store. You can pre-order them at the store starting on, let's see, pre-order starts August 4th. And it essentially just ends whenever they're sold out. It didn't really give an end date, which means it's very limited quantities, I believe, of these girls. So August 4th until it ends, and then once everything is said and done, August 31st is when they will be shipped out to Japan residents. So it's not like, you know, you just go there and pick it up. I mean, you could pick it up at the store, but not until August 31st. So if you are interested in any of these girls, do make sure you contact your proxy services that you like to get in order to purchase these. Now, both of these girls will cost 64,000 yen. With tax, it's about 70,400 yen, which is, in today's conversion, very close to, like, below, like, 600 bucks for each of these girls. Now, the interesting thing about them is that they are in the AZT8 45 centimeter body, and they both come with the small bust. So as far as I know, from what I could tell, there's like AZT8 and then there's AZO2, both of which seem to be coming in the 45 centimeters, although more so the AZT8 is 45 centimeters to 48, I think. I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm still learning this stuff. And then the AZO2s is like 45 centimeters up to 50 centimeters. Now, again, I could be wrong on that, but that's my understanding so far from doing research. But these particular girls are 45 centimeters, essentially tall. They're AZT8 at 45 centimeters, which is, I don't know, like, I think it's like about MDD size or DDP size, if you're using Volk's kind of measurement system, I suppose. And they both come with a small bust. So if you are interested in any of these girls, I think they both look lovely. I usually like girls with the blue eyes for my dolls, but the strawberry version, the what is it? I guess it's auburn eyes or just regular brown eyes with the pigtails is super cute. So I think she's super cute, and both come with like both are really cute, but I like this one better. Let me know which one you guys are interested in and purchasing. Now, because these are store direct versions, like I said, they're only available on Azone in the label shops spread out throughout Japan. I think I saw something on the website that said something about buying them on azone.net, which is like the Japanese only version online store, which I haven't been able to find. I don't know if you need like a VPN to like set your location in Japan in order to fool it or something, but I couldn't find the azone.net site. And every time I go to the Japanese site, it pretty much just gives you like, you know, the full rundown on everything that's being released, but I can't seem to find the shopping store. If anybody knows where that website is, please put a link of it down in the comment section down below. I'm not even sure if non-Japanese residents can even order from there, but it'd be nice to have at least be able to look at and use Google Translate on it. Now, next up for Azone International is another pair of girls. So these two are new and will be released coming up shortly. So they are called Layla, and I guess the theme is Momofu Cafe because it's called Layla Momofu Cafe. Now the black and white maid outfit one is called the Unusual Wolf Maid version, and the one on the right that's like black and gray is the Full Moon Wolf Maid version. So you have the usual wolf, which is black and white, and then you have the Full Moon Wolf, which is the black and gray. And both of them are named Layla. That's just the name of the character, just different versions of her. Now this one also appears to be a store direct only. So again, you're gonna have to contact your proxy services if you want to get your hands on them. I just personally just purchased a doll recently, and it's like now these girls are released, and I'm just so sad because these are super cute. As you can tell, they're like little animal girls, so they have a tail. They're wolf girls. They have a tail and they come with ears. So that's pretty cool. Especially like if you're primarily a Smart Doll and Dollfie Dream owner. Rarely do you get something like this where like they have actual tails and tails and ears coming directly from the manufacturer. I know Smart Doll, you know, they have the elf ears, and for what's it called, Dollfie Dream also has elf ears and stuff. Now I don't remember. Oh no, wait, I'm starting to remember. I think there's like a character way back in the day for Dog Days, the princess that was released. It was like way back, like maybe 2006 or 2008. She was released, and she was like a dog character. Obviously it's called Dog Days, and she had the ears and the tail, but rarely do we ever have like animal styled or drawn people. Like, it depends. I don't know how to phrase it, because in some anime they call them the beast people or the beast men, and then other animes they're just, you know, cat people or dog people or wolf people. So I don't know, whichever your cup of tea in categorizing them. But these two different versions, or this lovely lady named Layla, is super cute. So if you're not an Azone fan but you're thinking about it, these might be the girls to jump into the Azone doll hobby. So like I said, her name is Layla. Now the price is going to be 56,000 yen with tax, 61,600 yen. So surprisingly enough, she's actually cheaper than Popo. I don't know if that's a Google translation thing, but it says Popo. I don't know. Put it down in the comment section down below if you guys know something a little bit better than me. But you got the strawberry version and the Miku version, but it's called Popo. So then she is actually more expensive than this one for Layla, which I'm actually more interested in Layla. Now, Layla herself is going to be, like I said, 61,600 yen, and that's including tax already. So she is, I think with today's standard, because I don't have the calculator up right now, I think that's just below $500 or just at the $500 mark. So it's fairly affordable for, you know, an anime styled character, especially coming with all this stuff and the ears and the tail. I think that's a pretty good price. Now, the reservation period starts July 28th to August 22nd. And then after that, they'll be shipped out January 27th of 2023. So as long... the way I'm understanding this is it's just like Volks. As long as you pre-order within that time frame of July 28th to August 22nd, you will be guaranteed to get her. But she won't be shipped out until January 27th of 2023. Now, she does come on the AZO2 body. This is the AZO2 body, but she is not 50 centimeters. She's actually 48 centimeters, so 2 centimeters shorter. And she comes with the eye bust. Now, I don't know what that means. Azone International is very weird. At least for me, it's very weird to get used to. Is that some of the doll lines within Azone do say that the bust sizes are small, medium, large, etc. And then other lines, like the AZO2 lines, which is like Happiness Clover and Iris Collect, if I'm not mistaken, they have a different measurement system where they have things like H bust, I bust, G bust, things like that. So I don't really know. If I were to say like G, H, I, like in that order of the alphabet, then maybe G is the smallest, H is medium, and I is the largest. I don't really know. But she comes on the eye bust. Now, the way that this dress is made, I guess I can kind of believe that it's an eye bust. And I'm sorry if I'm saying something that might offend some people, but I don't know how to describe it because, one, I'm not a female and I don't wear these types of clothing, and I don't know the measurement sizes or the measurement system that's consistent with describing things like this. So the only thing I have to go off of my stupid brain is by watching that show, that anime show that I've been talking about in Beyond the Doll, which is My Dress Up Darling. And I just remember in that show, they call that part of the dress where the bust is, especially for like goth Lolita or maid outfits, they call it the boob bag. So I'm sorry if that offends people. I really don't know what that portion of the dress is actually called. I only have anime terms to base it off of, so please put it down in the comment section down below and correct me so I don't do that anymore. But basically that part of the dress, or that area, the way it looks to me is that it would fit a larger size bust. So if it says it's an eye bust, maybe eye bust is large. Those of you that are more Azone proficient than myself, put it down in the comment section down below if you can clarify for me the G, H, and I bust sizes. But if I were to guess, I'm assuming G is small and then I is large, and obviously H in the middle is medium. I don't know, that's my assumption. But those are the two lovely ladies. I'm really excited for them. If I do somehow come up with funds to get them, and I really don't know if I do, but I actually like this full moon version, which is the gray and black one. Which ones do you guys like? Put it down in the comment section down below. Let me know. I'm curious to see. Now that's everything for Azone International dolls that are coming out. If you haven't noticed already from the past 3 episodes, or actually since the inception of the Azone section of the Doll Symposium, they have doll releases a lot more frequently than Volks, and I want to say it's on par or even more frequent than Smart Doll, because as of late Smart Doll's been releasing like a lot of different dolls as of late. But yeah, Azone International releases a lot of dolls, but then again, Azone International also has many different brand lines within their own brand within itself for dolls, so that might be another reason why. Now moving up, there's a couple of new outfits and accessories coming out from Azone that has either already been released or on pre-order right now. For example, there's a new outfits collection for summer outfits, which is this here, for a long skirt and a top. There's 2 other versions of it, so I just picked the version that I like. But this one's actually out now and has been released. And it does fit the AZO2 body for 45 centimeter and 50 centimeter dolls. So this is actually like a really, really nice outfit that I thought was really cool. Accessory wise, they did recently release 4 different handguns. Like if you wanted 1/3 scale handguns for your dolls, they did release 4 different versions of this. I think there's 2 different revolvers with different colorings, and then there's like this version with 2 different colorings. And then currently up for pre-order is a bunch of necklaces. So there's a bunch of 1/3, I shouldn't say a bunch, but there's 4 different style patterns of 1/3 scale necklaces for the AZO2 girls. And see, these prices are relatively cheap. So a 1/3 scale, handgun, I guess you could say, is 1,400 yen, which is approximately $10 each. And then the necklaces are 880 yen, which is like $6.40 each. All these items can be either purchased or reserved, or pre-ordered rather, on either AmiAmi, Hobby Link Japan, or Hobby Search, which is the 1999.co.jp address. They all carry Azone stuff. None of them obviously have the dolls that were previously mentioned, because they're all those dolls I previously mentioned were Azone Direct only, so you can only get them at Azone. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Azone International News this week. Like I said, it's a very short or small news week for this episode. So that brings us to Smart Doll News. So again, Smart Doll has also been fairly quiet on this front, but there has been quite a few releases as of late. So let's talk about stuff that's recently been released. First up would be this lovely lady whose name is Foundation. Now she's the one that we talked about in prior episodes that has the cleft lip thing there, and she is going to be a frontline girl. So don't worry about purchasing her on release unless you really want her that much on release. Then she's still available right now as of the taping of this video, which was really only taped a couple hours before you guys really see this. But yeah, she's still available online on the Smart Doll store. But if she does sell out, don't fret. She is going to be a frontline girl, so she should be there for quite some time. Now, next up would be this picture here of Galactic Gray. So it's turning out more and more so that Galactic Gray may pretty much be the next fantasy color coming out from Smart Doll. Now, it was Interstellar Blue, which was the first one, and he teased for some time some different workings or tweakings of a green skin tone. So we all thought that green was going to be next, but looks like green has been overtaken, and Galactic Gray is going to be the new color coming out. But here's the interesting thing. Interstellar Blue was supposed to hit its run with the final boss of Relentless, and that's supposed to be it, no more. But apparently, in this post where he featured Galactic Gray Relentless, he did say this: the Interstellar Blue ore mining caverns on Gotandia are nearly depleted. However, there is word that the shattered moons contain shards of Megaronus that can be fusion bound into any ore type, including more Interstellar Blue. So this leads me to believe that we are going to get more releases of Interstellar Blue. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to get new dolls in the blue color. It could just be the already existing dolls that were released just getting another run or another batch run of Interstellar Blue. There is also that small chance that Danny Chu did tease the OG Chitose in Interstellar Blue. There's a possibility that she may be coming out in this limited run of Interstellar Blue that might be happening according to this tweet out by Danny Chu. So we'll just keep our eyes on his news and see what's up with Interstellar Blue. But it's turning out more and more so that Galactic Gray is going to be the new fantasy color. Remember, he did say that this is a limited production run of these colors. However, since he said that, Interstellar Blue has been around for about a year now, maybe a year and a half roughly. And it looks like he's saying here, including more interstellar blue. So we might be still getting more blue. So don't fret if you have missed out on interstellar blue. It seems like there's more coming. Or at least that's what it looks like, or appears to be. Now, next up. Alright, couple other things that were released. This is really interesting. So Danny Chu has announced that he is now releasing option heads. So that's really, really cool. Now we are going to be having heads coming out from Smart Doll. And I think that a lot of people are going to be really, really excited about this. Because essentially a lot of people were waiting for optional heads to be sold. So if you're one of those individuals, it has already started. The tea heads were released first, and then it was the cinnamon heads. And a lot of them are sold out. And there's only quite a few left of other versions, including Vision, which is the one that doesn't have the eye holes that Danny's been painting in. Those are still available in both colors. But like some of the girls that haven't been released yet are on these optional heads, such as Timeless and Jazz and Imagine, all of which are, I believe, all sold out, except for Timeless and Cinnamon for some reason. But I think this is just a very good thing. A lot of people in the community have been asking for heads to be sold separately, and now they are. From what I could tell is that production to make a new doll, including body and head, is very time consuming, especially making the body. So they actually have more heads apparently than they do bodies. So in order to alleviate this, they're selling heads separately. Now this doesn't mean that girls that weren't released before are not going to get a full body release where you get the head and the body. It doesn't mean that that won't happen, but it also doesn't guarantee the fact that some of these girls that show up on the optional heads will also get a full body version. So it could go either way. It's too brand new right now to really know. And I correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Danny actually specified whether or not they are definitely going to get a full body release for some of these girls that are heads only currently. But still, either way, this is very exciting news because I know a lot of you in the community have been asking about extra heads or just buying heads in general. Another thing is that he mentioned in his tweets was that if production gets caught up with making, their quotas, I guess you could say, for the month or for the week, whatever it is that they do for making heads and bodies together, etc., etc., there may be in the future an option to just buy bodies themselves without the heads. But that's neither here nor there. That's just something that Danny mentioned. There's no guarantee that that will actually happen. But if that does, I think that would be another awesome step in the direction for Smart Doll owners. Because some owners have a doll where the body gets damaged or stained and they're unable to clean it or fix it or whatever, and all they want is a new body and they don't want to pay for a whole doll. So if that's the case, I think that would be really awesome to have, and hopefully that gets implemented sometime in the future, but ultimately we don't know. It's all speculation on my part, but either way, it's very exciting to see that we do have the optional head choices just to purchase the head. Now these heads do come with the eyes and the wig, all right, it's just no body. And like I said, it's very, very exciting news. I think this is super, super cool, and I know a lot of people have voiced their opinion about it being cool, and obviously it's a good thing because if you go onto the website, most of these heads are already sold out. So yeah, it's all good news from here. Next up, the biomechanical boots. Now there's two different versions of them. They're actually available now. So what was initially an April Fool's joke actually became a reality, as with a lot of other April Fool's jokes in the past. So the interesting thing is that there's two different versions, Biomecha Boots 1 and Biomecha Boots 2. Just pretty much, I guess, purchase whichever one that you want. Now remember, these are made out of vinyl, not leather or anything like that. And as the recording of this video, they are both versions still available on the website. So do get them if you're interested in the biomechanical boots. Now, lastly, this was actually just posted right before I was going to record this video. So this is actually like breaking news, I guess you could say, as far as breaking news can come from a once every 2 weeks episode. But Smart Doll is now changing their purchasing policy to PayPal only, or credit cards paid via PayPal. So this is actually a function I didn't even know about. Personally, I've been purchasing from Smart Doll for years, just using my PayPal account. My, financial information is on PayPal, so I just check out using the PayPal function. But if you don't have PayPal, or you don't want to create a PayPal account or link your cards to PayPal account or whatever have you, this is interesting because I didn't know existed. So when you go to the Smart Doll website, apparently, my understanding is that when you get to the checkout screen, it's going to ask you PayPal or use credit card via PayPal. It's going to be a separate option that appears. And if you click on use credit card via PayPal, then you don't have to create an account. My understanding is you don't have to create an account, but you do have to enter your credit card information, all that stuff, your billing information, etc., for a one-time use through PayPal to pay using your credit card. Does that sound complex? Does it? I guess maybe I'm explaining it in a really roundabout, complex way. But if you're still confused, you can go right onto the Smart Doll website, and this how to pay using credit card via PayPal instructions step by step is on the website. So if you are interested in purchasing any dolls in the future, or you're looking forward to getting a new doll upon release, make sure you read this how to pay using credit card via PayPal instructions if you don't have a PayPal account already, because you are not going to be able to purchase anything any other way other than having a PayPal account or using PayPal's one-time use of credit card via their service. The main reason why they're doing this is because essentially the software that Danny Chu uses started charging more money or something of that nature for individuals just using credit cards, just regular normal credit cards. Like anytime you use credit cards for a business, there's a credit card fee that the companies charge the businesses, and apparently that fee has gone up or something of that. So now Danny Chu is only accepting PayPal or credit card via PayPal. So if I did a really bad job explaining that, I'm sorry, but if you go on the Smart Doll website, there is a step-by-step instructions, and he has an explanation of why he made the switch to doing it this way. So if you want to go directly to the source, just go to the Smart Doll website and you'll be able to see it there. And that's pretty much everything. That's the entire news this week for the Doll Symposium episode 29. Now, we do have a submission for the community shout-out this week. So let's move on to that. So this week's community shout-out is brought to you by @AdeanDolls from Instagram. Thank you, AdeanDolls, for participating in the community shout-out this week. And they have a message for the group, which I'm going to read out. So let's see, where is it here? Okay, so here is the message. It says, "Hello, Shizusan. First of all, I'm a she from Belgium. I apologize if my English isn't correct. My main language is French." Oh, French. That's cool. I actually took French in high school for 4 years. And the weird thing about that is that I barely remember any French at all. It's so weird. I studied it for 4 years, but because, you don't speak it, after high school, I never used French again. I used to be able to read it, write it, speak it, all that stuff. And now the only thing I remember is just oui. Je suis la jeune fille. I really don't. And I only remember that if some of you from America remember there was a commercial way back in the early 90s about a language learning program, and one of them was French, and one of the things that stood out in my mind was when they said "Je suis la jeune fille." I don't even know why I remember that. But there's little words here and there that I'll hear from like movies or TV shows where people are talking in French. I'm like, oh, I know that word and I remember it. But if you were to ask me to like talk to you in French, I couldn't remember it on the fly. But I digress. So the rest of the message says, I'm a really big fan of what you're doing. It's always great to hear from you and all the news you're sharing. I missed you a lot when you were on your YouTube break. Yeah, I know. Burnout, it really sucked. But I'm also glad that I'm back, and I'm happy to be back, and I'm glad that you're glad I'm back. Let's see. I was never able to join one of your live shows because of the time difference, but I always watch the repost later. Yeah, because if you're in Belgium, let me check. The time difference is... Yeah, so it would be like... What? Like 4 a.m. over there for you? Wow. Yeah, it's pretty early. I don't expect you to be there live for it. But I always watch the repost later. I wanted to share 2 of my dolls with you. First one is my Asuna that I named Avalon. I've wanted an Asuna since I saw your unboxing video. She's so beautiful. Mine is the Titania version, but I think she's equally beautiful even if there are some differences. Yeah, I mean, essentially the Asuna version that I have and the Asuna version, the Titania version that you have is basically the same exact doll. I think your version has a little bit more blush, and the lipstick is a little bit more pinkish. But everything else is the same, and I think the hair is styled slightly different, but pretty much everything else is the same. So I mean, there really isn't much difference other than the fact that you get the Titania dress versus getting the Knights of the Blood Oath uniform with the sword. I mean, that's like really the biggest difference that I think people want either or version. But either way, I mean, I'm glad you were able to grab her because the Titania version itself is becoming just as hard to find as the original version. So kudos to you for finding one. So she says, mine is the Titania version, but I think she's equal beautiful, even though some differences. I think I can say that it's a bit of thanks to you that I have her, and I'm so happy. Well, you're welcome. I made the diorama too based on my Froggy Stuff tutorial for Smart Doll on YouTube. It's not perfect, but I like it. I think it looks great. I remember actually watching that tutorial of the diorama, and I can see where you got the influence for the day bed kind of next to the window. Very cool stuff. I'm glad you were able to make your own diorama. I've always been wanting to make one ever since I saw the My Froggy one, but in this office, I barely have any room for dioramas. Like, I just got nowhere to put it if I made one. The second one, let's move on to the second one. So she submitted another picture. So the second one is the latest doll that arrived at home. She's Violet, my DDH11, and I'm so in love with her. I took her to the Japanese garden here in Hasselt, which is in Belgium, to take some pictures. I made her yukata myself for the occasion, and I'm really glad how it turned out. That's why I wanted to share. Oh, you made the yukata? That's awesome. I really should try to take classes or at least self-learn or YouTube Sensei how to sew, because I really want to make some stuff for my girls, but I just don't have the time anymore to learn new things because I'm just so like busy working on my YouTube channel, and then actually my second YouTube channel, which admittedly I'm not putting much effort in the second one because this is my main channel here, but I've been working on the 2 channels now, and then I have my family that I that I'm doing my normal day stuff, and I'm actually trying to take some classes for other things at the moment. So I'm like just got way too much on my plate, and if there's anything I learned during my break of having burnout is that I should limit how many things I try to tackle at a time. So maybe sometime in the future I'll pick up some kind of sewing so I can finally learn it, but it's just not in the cards for me right now. So that's the end of her message. She says, thanks again for all your effort you put in your videos for us. Kisses, Adine. Thank you, Adine, for participating in this week's episode of the Community Shoutout. Both your girls are lovely. Like I said, I love your Asuna Titania version. I love her style that you gave her. She looks really cool. And obviously the diorama from My Froggy looks great. And your DDH11. I'm curious now. Did you always like a DDH11, or did you also get a DDH11 after my unboxing video of my DDH11? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm actually curious. But your what's her name again? Violet, right? Yeah, your Violet here is very cute. I do like her. She's got like that what's it called? Is it, oh, what do you call it? Like, I don't want to say sad. She's kind of that inquisitive / worry kind of face. She's very cute. And I do love the yukata. It looks very, very nice. You can find Adine on Instagram at Adine Dolls if you want to check out more of her photos there. So again, thank you for participating in the community shout out this week, Adine Dolls. We really do appreciate it, and you sharing your dollies with us for this week's episode. Thank you very much. Now, if any of you viewers want to participate in the community shout out, make sure you send me an email at dlwshizusan@gmail.com. Make sure you submit a picture or multiple pictures of your doll or dolls to that email at dlwshizusan@gmail.com. Make sure that the pictures are PG friendly, not too lewd. You can have a little bit risque, but if it's anything that I think is a little too lewd for the channel, I'll just send you an email back and be like asking you if you could submit a different kind of picture. But try to keep it as PG-13 as you can, as it is a family-friendly show. Also, if you want, you don't have to, but if you want, you can also leave a message that I can read out to the community like I did today. And you can leave any form of contact that you would like people to reach you at, like Ideen Dolls at Instagram, or anything else. If you have an Etsy shop that you want to promote, or a Twitter or a website page, either or, you're more than welcome to include that in the email, and I can share it with everybody that watches my channel and watches the show. And then lastly, make sure if you post any pictures of dolls, let us know what the original version of the doll was, so that this way, if it's a doll that you heavily modified or customized, we can actually see we can actually like Google what the base doll you started out with and actually see the transformation difference, which I think is very cool. And then lastly, just make sure you specify in your email if there's information in there that you do not want me to disclose. I God forbid, I don't want to accidentally read out personal information or a personal message to me that you didn't want to have read out, all over on the internet for everyone to see. So just make sure you specify in your email what is okay to share and what is not okay to share. If for whatever reason you forget to write on there like what you would like or not like to share, I will just not share it in general, just to be safe. But if possible, please specify if it's something you want to share or not share. But that's really it. That wraps up today's episode of Doll Symposium, episode 29. And that's the end of the community shout out. Again, at Adine Dolls at Instagram. Thank you for participating in this week's episode. So let's move it back, and since this is the end, we are going to say our goodbyes today, and we are going to bring Harunu back out to say goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you everybody for attending for today's episode 29 of the Doll Symposium. I know I said that like 5 times already, but I really do appreciate you guys coming out and supporting my channel and watching my episodes. Thank you very much. I hope that, as always, this is very informative for you, or at the very least you found entertaining. So that's it for now. Next week is going to be the new episode of Beyond the Doll, which we are going to have a guest speaker talking about resin dolls and vinyl dolls, like differences and comparisons, little 101 stuff that you need to know. So do catch that. That's going to be next Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern time, live. And if you can't, it'll be on the channel for you guys to watch at a later date. But until then, the next episode of the Doll Symposium will be in 2 weeks on Friday. So again, thank you everybody for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you guys in the next one.
This is our time, this is our life. Sometimes all you need is a smile to get by.